G'day guys, welcome back. I'm going again with the ring pour in the blues and the rose gold. So I was about to pour over it, and then I thought, no, I'll do it again. I'm just going to pick it up. It's just here. That's it there. So yeah, same colours. I'm just going thicker. So I'll move it out of the way. Try not to ruin it. I was about to pour over it. If this one's no better, then, you know, I'll pour over the one that I don't like the most. All right, just wipe my hands. So going again, same size, 50 centimetre by 60 centimetre canvas, 16 by 20 inches. Just Floetrol, 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint. For the Liquitex Basics, the rose gold, I've gone 1:1. Oops, that's not on properly. 1:1 with the satin, not satin enamel, the Decoart metallic rose gold, and I've gone 1:1. Well, I did 1:1 with these, and then I did 1 part this to 1 part Floetrol, so 1:1, I guess. The blue is the phthalo blue with some black to make it darker, and that one there is just the turquoise blue with a little bit of black to make it darker, because I figured I've got white and the rose gold, they're light enough, I can go with darker colours. The grey there, it's black with just a blob of white, so it's a dark grey. I've got my coffee in a paper cup today, one of the ones I do my ring pours out of. So I don't get paint all over my white coffee cups. And also, look, I got some cheesels. Yum, my favourites. Do you guys like cheesels? So anyway, that's my lunch. Lunch on the run. Now I'm going to layer my paints. Bit of white in the bottom first. Relatively thick, nice and thick, no extra water added to these. So it leaves a mound, pretty big mound. I wouldn't do a flip cup pour with this, it's too thick. But I'm hoping that I'll get nice rings. Now, I don't think I'm going to use all the copper. It really took over. The black still feels gloopy, but I'm just going to give it a good stir. Good amount of the black, and then the turquoise. Go back to the white. Navy. I think I'm just going to have enough to do 3 layers with this. And then I might change it up. Oh no, I won't. Stick with the same layers. Except here where I'm going to put the navy next to the turquoise, and then some white. Haven't used it all. What will we do next? Don't want the grey next to the white, so let's finish this turquoise off. And the copper was really, well, I can't say reactive because it didn't really react. It just took over. It was so thin. I know I'm calling it copper. It looks like copper. It's rose gold. Rose gold. Took over. A little bit more. All right, I'm not going to use all of that. We'll leave it for the next pour. In with the rest of the black. It's kind of more of a, I don't know. You mix black with white and it looks more of a brownish tone, doesn't it? I did add a touch of blue just to counteract that little bit of kind of black that it was throwing. Let's finish off the blue. Now I've still got my little bit of black left over from the previous pour that I'll use for the corners. cup of coffee. Okay, now I'm going to do a ring pour. Big rings again. Rings with a chisel ring. Now, you can see straight away that those lines are separate. With my previous one, the whole thing was just copper. It had just melded into all the others because it was too thin. So it's staying where it should now, so that's a good sign for it. So fingers crossed it'll be a pretty ring pour. Okay. Here we go. It's a lot of copper again. What are you doing to me, copper? I'll go the other way. Get some colour on the other side. Change again. Kind of going over the circles and kind of making different patterns just to see if I can get more of a 3D kind of a look. Change direction again. Oh, look at me. I'm moving off the side. I'm not staying where I should be staying. I'm moving off to the side of the canvas. All right, I'll stop it there. It looks as if I'm only going to get white. And we have another copper painting. Gee, I did cut down on the copper this time, but rose gold, sorry. I've only used half of that. So I was going to make it, because last time was 2 to 1, so I was going to make it 1 to 1, 1.5 to 1. So I did 80 grams of Floetrol and 60 grams of paint. And then I thought, no, it's still too thin. So then I added more paint. So I ended up with 80 and 80. So yeah, don't need all that at all, do I? But we'll see. I'm liking what's happening in here. So hopefully once that opens, that'll look pretty. So straight away I can see that my rings are more defined this time around. See if I can pop the bubbles now, because I don't like doing them afterwards because they ruin the look of the painting if you torch afterwards once you're finished. I don't like that look. Oh, it's taking a long time to turn off, you are. Right, let me grab a chisel and I'm going to start tilting. Oh, actually no. Corners. Just going to spread this out. I left over black. Now, what have I done with my tool? Oh, here it is. Look how off center I am. It's because I wasn't standing where I normally stand. I was trying to stand so that you guys could actually look into the cup as I was pouring it. So I was sort of standing a bit over to my left. But I didn't end up pouring in the middle. Doesn't matter. I'm going to be tilting anyway, and the whole thing's going to move. No doubt going to go over that corner. So I've got plenty of paint. I'm also wondering if maybe I've got too much paint. If you put down a base coat first, sort of, I think half your paint is in your base coat and then you only need half in your cup. So you know, and then you can actually stretch your rings out more. I don't know. I just got into a habit of doing it this way. I don't do base coats generally. Maybe I should try it just to see, hey? All right, now I'm going to go in a big circle. Last time I kind of went off to a corner first, but I do usually go around in a big circle first. And then go off to one corner. Too much copper, rose gold again. It really takes over, doesn't it? Wow. I didn't realize it was so strong. What are you doing in there, cheeky little thing? I think I have got too much paint, you know, because I can't open my rings out very much. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with this metallic paint. It just takes over so much. Maybe I should stick to what I normally do and only use 30 grams of paint and 30 grams of Floetrol, like 1 ounce of paint, 1 ounce of Floetrol for the metallics. Okay, there she is. What do you think? Well, the lines, the rings are more defined, that's for sure. And you can see the white, that's much more defined as well, isn't it? I've gone over all my sides. Let me just, no I haven't, here's a bit, missed a bit just there. And missed a bit there. Almost go over, don't I? Just miss the very corners generally. I do. I don't know. See the big bands of the rose gold there again. Maybe my layers were too big, too thick. What did I do, three layers? Maybe I needed to do more layers. Maybe that's the problem. Let me get the other one out. So you can see this one's much thinner mix. That one's darker and you can see the rings more, whereas this one is much more blended. So that's the difference in the two. Let's put that back. See, if I take more of the rose gold off, I'm going to lose that blue, and I don't want to lose the blue. So I think I'll just leave it. Push that down towards the copper rose gold a little bit more. That opens everything else up. I don't know. All right, let me take you down for a close-up. I think I'm going to have a break from ring pours at the moment. I've done a lot lately. I showed you this one on the last video. I'll show you again real quick. That's it there. It's dry now. It's really pretty. The gold, I don't know if you can pick up the shimmer. It's really pretty, that one. So hopefully this one will dry nice as well. They don't really look, I don't think they look that wonderful when they're wet, the metallics. But it's certainly darker than the previous one, which is what I wanted. I wanted a darker painting. So we'll just see what happens when it dries. So I kept that blue corner. If you can just see the turquoise just peeping out between that rose gold and the blue. Little strips of the turquoise there. It's pretty, isn't it? I kind of got that 3D look I was after. And you can see the rose gold shimmering there. So once it's dry, it's going to have a really pretty shimmer effect all through it. And there's the other corner. Again, you can see that rose gold shimmering through there. It's kind of mixed with the dark grey a little bit, so it's taken on a slightly different hue in some areas. It's dark, like a dark, more of a bronze, I guess, in some areas. And in other areas, it's still quite pale. And then we get up into the center. Get some blue. Because I did the white and then the blue, didn't I? So I wanted to have some of that blue poking through. See, the white and the metallic both react. So I don't really like putting them next to each other. I prefer to have a colour in between them. And there's the top corner. Look like geodes, don't they? Layers of stone. These pours, they really do lend themselves to looking like rocks, geodes, stone formations. So that's it. What do you think? Which one do you prefer? The lighter one or the darker one? I actually like them both in different ways. I think they could still go next to each other on the wall, couldn't they? Same colours, just one's darker, one's lighter. Very similar. Okay, leave it there. Have a go with ring pours. Just remember, if you're going to do a ring pour, make your mix thick, thick, thick. If you don't think it's thick enough, go thicker. You're better off having it a bit thicker than a bit thinner, just so that you can actually see your ring definition. If it's too thin, the colours just all blend into each other. So that's the little trick for a ring pour. And get down nice and low to the canvas so that you keep your round rings. If you're up too high, they go wobbly. By the time the paint hits the surface, they're a bit wriggly and wobbly and you don't get your round rings. So there you go, little hints and tips. Okay, I'll leave it there. Please like and subscribe and all the usual things. Oh, everyone's been saying something about the notifications, like since YouTube updated that maybe the notifications haven't been coming through. I don't know. So maybe just check them, make sure your little bell's on if you do want to get notifications when I put up a new video. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm the last to hear about it, but yeah, best to check it anyway, I guess. All right, love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.